Hey, we are Doug and Amber,
Hi.
and today we're here to figure out.
Getting started.
So, after 20 years of earning our keep with corporate paychecks, we need a pivot to shake things up and try something totally different for us, working for ourselves.
But we don't have trust funds or millions in the bank.
We just believe we can figure it out.
Right. But we're not experts. So if you're about to make a really big decision, talk to someone with actual credentials first.
Right. We're just normal people trying to forge a new path for ourselves, bringing you along for the ride as we go figure it out. Let's do this thing.
Let's do it.
So, where do you even start when you decide you want to buy a business? I'm a big fan of not recreating the wheel. Don't make things harder for yourself. So, for us, it started with a digital whiteboard full of sticky notes and a couple of books.
2 key books, actually, and we read them both cover to cover. HBR's Guide to Buying a Small Business by Richard Ruback and Then Build by Walker Diebel.
And those books became the backbone of our playbook for phase 1, getting clear on what kind of business we're actually looking for. The first step was clarity. Before you can find the right deal, you need to know what you're searching for. These books push you to turn inward and ask yourself a lot of questions. 3 really big questions. The first, what kind of business do you want to run every day, and what do you want to do with that business? And then, what are the parameters of the business you're looking for? What size is the business? What industry is it in? Where is it located? Is it business to business, or are you dealing with the public? How do your skills line up with what that business needs to grow and be successful?
So to answer those questions, we did a personal fit assessment, asking what kind of business we'd actually enjoy running. Then we added the filters, the amount of SDE or owner financial benefit we need, the type and level of owner involvement required, locations we'd be open to, and things like that. The goal was to focus the search instead of chasing every shiny listing everywhere.
That's so tempting. So to make this real, the first step of those questions was building a SWOT, which just stands for strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats. And here's what it looks like. So I bring brand strategy, profit and loss leadership, and mergers and acquisitions experience. Doug brings a lot of customer-facing skills, sales, startup experience, customer relationship management. Together, lots of complementary skill sets. But neither of us has been a small business operator before, and Doug's been out of the formal workforce for quite a few years. So we need a position that really carefully with lenders and partners. Opportunities is we can acquire an undervalued business and use modern branding, marketing, digital strategies, product improvement, and grow them. But the threats are competition from other buyers, complexity of the transition, and SBA loan requirements that can really make this a long process.
So what stood out to me as our biggest opportunity is also our biggest risk, stepping into something we've never done before. But mapping this out gave us a clear picture of what we bring to the table and where we'll probably need some help.
Yeah, we aren't the experts in all things. No one is. The next thing we looked at was industries. We read growth forecasts, market reports, and asked which industries are expected to grow in the next decade, in the next 20 years. And then we compared that to 2 things, where we have passion and where we have experience. We used that, we created a grid. I'm going to show it to you here on the screen. So what we learned is food manufacturing, branding, retail, that's where we really have the most experience. Pets, travel, entertainment, really food too. Those are our passion areas. Services, technology, they may not excite us as much, but they're probably really good investments, especially when we think of AI and how it might impact the future.
So for us, seeing it all laid out helped us realize the sweet spot is in the middle, the overlap between growth industries, our passions, and our work experience. That overlap is where we should focus. Business will be motivated to run. But that also makes financial sense, and it has a good outlook.
Another piece we analyzed was the type of business situation we'd want to step into, because not all businesses for sale are the same. Some are stable but stagnant, some are high growth, others are turnarounds that need a total rescue. We mapped it all out on this chart, growth potential down one side and value potential on the other. It gave us 4 categories. eternally profitable. Steady businesses that throw off cash, but may not grow much. And frankly, margins probably aren't that high. These businesses may not need much or any owner skill or energy. Then there's high growth, companies already scaling quickly. These may be less established businesses that mostly need a huge equity infusion to continue growing. Then there's turnarounds, struggling businesses that just need a fix to survive. And what we see as the sweet spot, the platform, a solid, profitable business with room to grow where we can add value with our skills and energy.
So we're not looking for a turnaround business. No. That's a whole different risk profile. We don't need the rocket ship either. High growth is super exciting, but it usually requires lots of capital and a big appetite for risk. For us, platform businesses make the most sense. Something stable enough to run, but with untapped opportunities where we can add our strengths to make it stronger.
Yeah. So we defined our target business situation as platform company, one that already works but can be transformed with better branding or stronger operations, new product offerings, et cetera, et cetera. That's where we bring the most value.
For sure.
So that's phase one for us. Reading, reflecting, building a SWOT, analyzing industries, asking ourselves the right questions, defining our opportunity profile. May not be the most glamorous of the steps, but it gave us a roadmap that keeps us from wasting time on businesses that don't fit. And not just our time, other people's time.
So if you're starting a search yourself, I'd say take the time to do this work up front. Know your filters, know your strengths, and define the kind of business you'd actually want to run.
All right.
It's another step closer.
Progress, not perfection.
But if we can figure it out,
you can too.